Okay, let me explain to you guys what most business owners get wrong about the paid ads funnel. So most business owners actually live right here in the bottom of funnel. So what does that mean? They are fighting over the little 3% of the market that is looking for a solution right now. So when they're running an ad, in their ad, they're like, book a call, book a free consultation, get a free quote. The problem with this is this might work for a little bit. This might work for a week, 2 weeks, depending on your budget. But soon enough, you're going to run out of that warm market. That warm market is going to disappear very quickly because there isn't that many of these people that are looking for a solution now. And there's a lot of people that are competing for that market. So instead of just optimizing for that 3%, we want to optimize for the other 97% of the market as well, while still keeping that 3%. So this part of the market, they are learners. They are people who are, if they're at the top here, they don't even know. They have no idea what's going on. They don't know that they have a problem. Let's say that you're a tax advisor. This person might think their accountant knows everything. They might think, okay, I'm paying the tax I'm supposed to pay. I'm paying the least amount, right? That my accountant has recommended me. So they don't know that tax planning exists and that tax planning actually has other solutions for you to be able to pay less tax. So that's the market up here. And for these people, they're learners, so we need to educate them. We need to give them free resources such as lead magnets. That could be, a free resource such as a checklist, a guide, or a webinar that can help them learn more about tax planning. Because they don't know that they have a problem. And we need to introduce this urgency to them where it's like, hey, you could be overpaying tax. Opt in, get free access to this checklist or this webinar. And just going to show you how a couple other of our clients were able to save X amount on tax. Then you've got your middle funnel. So let's say that this is 25% here. And then we have our other 25% here, in the middle of the funnel. Okay? So in the middle of the funnel, you got people that know that they have a problem, but they're not really taking any action. So these people, they need urgency. Okay? They need a reason as to why they need to act now and why should they act with you. So they probably opted into several funnels, right? So at this stage, they've interacted with a few different paid ads, and now they're just getting swarmed with ads because the algorithm is just pushing all the ads to them. So for this stage of the funnel, we need to stand out. So we need to build trust. So first of all, we can't just be like every other tax advisor and be like, hey, we'll help you save tax with corporate-owned life insurance. No, we can't do that. We have to show proof. We have to show credibility. So this means client testimonials. This means proof. So real results, case studies, credibility. So let's say that we have been in the business for 20 years. I recently spoke to somebody, by the way, he's an entrepreneur and now he's a tax advisor. Most tax advisors were never entrepreneurs. So if your target market is entrepreneurs, you need to mention that. Hey, I used to be an entrepreneur just like you. Now I'm in tax planning. And I know exactly how this works because I used to be just like you. As they say, the best customer was you 5 years ago. So credibility could be experience or a story of your history, stories. Founder ads work really well. So if you do like a podcast and then you put your, like, it's somebody asking you questions as the founder, so founder story, etc., etc. And then at the bottom of the funnel, this is the people who have likely opted into a bunch of stuff, right? So, okay, 25%, 25%. So this is 23%. And then we're gonna lump this in with that, okay? So 23%, 3%. But the bottom of the funnel, they've likely opted into a bunch of stuff. They're probably shopping around looking for who am I gonna buy this from? Who is the person I'm gonna buy this from? So here is really where we have to differentiate ourselves with content. So what do I mean by content? I mean YouTube. YouTube. Because with YouTube, let's say somebody opts into our funnel, we can directly send them a YouTube video like the one I'm filming now, okay, which is gonna build trust. We can send them client testimonials directly. And again, these people have filled in a form, they have maybe booked a call with us. We have permission to send them this stuff directly. So I'm gonna start blasting this stuff to them, SMS, email. I'm gonna start blasting them this stuff. So testimonials, my writing sucks, but whatever. And I'm on an angle. Testimonials, like educational stuff, like we're teaching these people. Results. And we're sending this directly to the prospect. And then we want to have also short form. So short form content. This could be clips of your YouTube. So like IG Reels, IG or Facebook Reels. Then let's say we could do TikTok. TikTok is not as useful in my opinion, but TikTok, LinkedIn. TikTok, LinkedIn, and then email. Most underutilized channel is email. Nobody utilizes email, but it's the most valuable thing you can build as an email list, and I'll tell you why. People will hop on calls with you and they'll tell you, hey, I've been reading your emails, like I really like the content and stuff, and you have to be the one writing the emails. Don't have Claude write it, don't have ChatGPT writing it. You write it because they're gonna like the fact that you're the one making this content, you're the one providing these tips and this value. And they're gonna mention that. They're gonna mention, hey, I watched your YouTube video. They're gonna mention, hey, I watched your Reels. They're gonna mention, hey, I read all your emails, and you're keeping yourself top of mind for the prospect. So, email. So email, you can write an email to your list. I would say minimum like 2 to 3 times a week. I write daily, and that results in some people being like, hey, remove me from your list. But it's like, whatever. Don't get discouraged by someone removing you from the list. Like, dude, just fucking unsubscribe. Like, so that's the funnel right now. So we got the top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. That we have all the content in the bottom of the funnel, and that's what really is going to make the difference. Because guess what? Most people that run ads don't make content. They just run ads. They're lazy. They're like, okay, I'm just going to have a paid ads funnel and get people in, call funnel, whatever. You know what most people do actually? They literally run ads. So let's say we have 5 ads here. They run ads and they go straight to a calendar. Book a call. So I mean, usually they'll have a VSL first. So a VSL, and then a couple bits of info, and then they go straight to calendar. So how do we draw a calendar here? Whatever, Most people just do that, which, that could work. A call funnel works, but in today's market, depending on the industry, you may get such a high cost per call depending on how good your offer is, that you may need to adopt a funnel where it's like this, where it's like top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. So the top of funnel may be like a lead magnet. So let's say we got a landing page here or instant forms, and then it's like email. They just put their email, their phone number, maybe some contact info. They get the guide, right? Free guide. Next page is a VSL. VSL, and then a survey which qualifies the prospect. So you're gonna ask a bunch of questions that you would need to know to qualify this prospect. Next one is gonna be the calendar. So once they've qualified themselves, there's gonna be the calendar, and they can book calls onto your calendar. And during this whole process, right, as soon as they get the opt-in, now they're in your email list. And you're calling them. So phone, whether it's you or your rep, you're calling them. Now you're gonna have a retargeting campaign set up. Let's fucking go over here. Retargeting. So Meta has something called a pixel and it has something called a conversion API, okay? So it tracks whatever is happening here. So if someone submits a form, you can now go on Meta and create an audience based on who submitted that form, and you can retarget them over here. So retargeting, it happens around the middle of the funnel type stage, where we're going to retarget them and be like, hey, I know you saw my ad, but you haven't decided to take action yet. Here's maybe why you should. And then you're going to start ripping retargeting ads just to that audience. Now, let's say somebody is a qualified survey submission. We're also going to retarget them. So leads and survey submits. So now we can create a separate campaign where we're going to retarget those people just to book calls. So we're just trying to book calls with that. Just the people so we could squeeze the juice out of what we've already done. So we've got our top of funnel, we're educating. Middle of funnel, we're building credibility. Bottom of funnel, we're building trust. And throughout this whole process, we're following up email, phone, I forgot one, SMS, okay, automated sequences, but also manual. And while we're doing that, we're retargeting them with ads, with content. We're posting content everywhere, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, Instagram Reels. YouTube is the best one by far. And we're also setting that directly via our channels here. And by doing this, you're creating a whole ecosystem that is building trust, building credibility, educating. And by the time this person gets to the call, I guarantee you they're going to be a lot warmer than some clown who sends people straight to his calendar. So that's the paid ads funnel that works in 2026 to maximize trust, credibility, increase your show rate, increase your close rate, and get more people in the door. So thank you guys for watching the video. Much more will be coming soon. I bought this big whiteboard. It's like 6 feet, 6 by 3. So yeah, watch out for more content and click subscribe below.